First graders, how are we doing today?
Doing well, Mr. Malloy.
Great. Today we're going to be talking about length measurement activities 1 and 2. So that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to define length for first grade. Here are the standards and objectives that we're going to be covering today. So after students participate in the measuring activity lesson, they will independently create a path that is equal to path C as observed by me, the teacher. Okay, so to get us warmed up a little bit, has anyone ever measured the length of an object before?
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done?
So I went to get some new shoes
Okay.
yesterday,
Nice.
and they measured my foot for
Oh,
shoes.
Perfect. That's a good one. Absolutely. Great. So we already have some. So what kind of objects? Yeah. So your foot would be what we measured. Can we think of maybe one other one? What else are some other things that we can measure?
My mom always measures me on the wall,
Oh,
like on my birthday.
sweet to see
Measures
how
tall I am.
how much taller you've gotten. Awesome. Perfect. Those are great examples. So what did you measure? Like with your foot, what would you measure your foot with? What did you use?
They used a special kind of measuring.
Yeah,
device.
okay, sure. Yeah, I don't know what that's called either. But what about when you're on the wall seeing how tall you are? What did you use to measure that?
My mom used like a yardstick.
A yardstick. Okay, really interesting. Cool. Perfect. So length is the space between 2 points, right? So today we are going to learn to recognize and compare the lengths of objects using a paper clip, which we have some over there, as our measuring tool.
Okay.
So measuring lengths of an object. So you will record your measurements on the handout that you have at your table. You will gather your objects to measure. So you're going to use a paper clip like we talked about to measure each of these objects. We're going to measure an envelope, a spoon, a book, and a pencil. So here's the book, here's that spoon, here's the pencil, and here's our envelope. So I will demonstrate the first measuring of the envelope using paper clips. So here's our envelope. We're gonna go this way. Okay, we're gonna go a long way. So we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. 6, 7, 8, and let's say kind of got a half one there. So let's say 8 and a half for our envelope. So let's write that down in our graphic organizer and defining length. So let's write envelope is 8 and a half or 8.5 paper clips, paper clips long. There we go. So let's move on to our next one. Let's see. Together we're going to measure the length of the spoon and record the measurement on our handout, just like we did with the envelope. So let's get our spoon out. Okay. This one seems like, what do we think? Do you think this one will be longer or shorter than the envelope? Just looking at it.
It looks shorter to me.
It looks shorter to me
so
too.
I think it's gonna be less than
8 and a half. I think so too. Let's find out though. Let's do this one together. 1, okay, 2. You can put that next one on there. Okay, 3. Perfect. This is the we do part of our I do, we do, and you do.
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like it would be one more.
One more. Let's see. 5.
Okay.
Let's call it 5. That seems
5.
pretty right.
So the
pretty
spoon
accurate.
is
So
5 paper clips.
5 paper clips. So is that more or less than the spoon? Or I mean the envelope.
It is less.
So it was
Yep,
less.
and
So we
that's
were
what
right.
thought,
That's what
yeah.
we were thinking. So that's good. The book. Let's do. So it's gonna be your turn. You're gonna use your paper clips that you have there to measure your book and record your handout. So again, we're gonna be looking at how many paper clips long is the book. We got the cat has a snack book, which is one of our favorite books. We've read that one before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna record on your paper once you find how many.
Are we doing the long side? or the short
Yes,
side?
the longest
Okay,
side.
so
We're gonna
1,
measure the longest side of the book.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Looking good.
7. Oh, that's 8 exactly.
8 exactly. Awesome. Perfect. So
It's a little bit smaller than the envelope.
it's a
Just
little
a
bit
little bit
smaller than the
out.
envelope. Perfect. Okay, great. 8. Awesome. So, good job with the longest side of the book. Now, for our final one, let's do the pencil. So,
Okay.
here's our pencil, unsharpened. It's just normal number 2 pencil, and we're gonna do the same thing. How many paper clips is that one?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost exactly 7.
7. Looks like perfect. Let's
Yeah.
write 7 down because that's pretty accurate. It's not going to be maybe fully, but it's going to be pretty close. So
Yeah.
7
It's smaller than the book, and that
smaller than the book.
that makes sense because it is smaller than.
Yeah. And so what was our longest object?
The envelope.
The envelope was. Great job. What was our shortest one?
The spoon.
The spoon. Perfect. Good job, guys. So that's a good strategy to use to find the lengths of different objects. So now let's do our 3 paths task. So look at the 3 paths on the floor, which if you turn around here, we have 3 paths on our floor. And let's measure them with our pencil to find out the length of each path. And then we're going to record those lengths of each path on your worksheet. So let's look down here real quick. Let's look at these 3 paths on the floor, and let's grab a pencil. Or you have the pencil? Perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna measure how long it takes, or how many.
So path A, how many pencils, right?
Yep. How many pencils?
1,
2.
2,
Perfect.
3.
3 and a half.
4.
Okay,
goes
there we
down
go.
the corner.
Yeah.
4. 5.
5. Okay.
To down there.
5,
6.
6.
7.
7. Okay, great. So 7. Let's document that on our graphic organizers. I'll write that down on mine too. So it was path A was 7 pencils. Okay. All right. Let's move to path B. Let's see how long that one is.
Okay,
1,
1,
2, 3, maybe 3.
Oh, I'm gonna do that again.
Yeah, that's all right. This one's kind of tough. 1, 2, 3.
3, and then
Let's see, maybe call it
4.
4. Okay, perfect. 4. Let's write that down. And this, since it's kind of guesstimating, right? Because we don't have a, like we're not measuring it with a ruler or a tape measure, so we're just kind of, guesstimating on some of these measurements, which is okay. That's what we want to do sometimes in math. So
1, 2,
2, okay, 3, 4,
4, 5, 6, 7,
great,
8, 9,
and a half. You want to
yeah,
say, or maybe a third?
yeah, I
9
would say
and 1
9 and a
third.
third.
Okay, let's write that down.
9 and a third.
9 and a third. And then we had
9.
4 for path B. I forgot to write that one down.
Okay.
Okay, so now we can answer our question. Look at the puzzle. Oh wait, shoot. Did you fill in the first question? I forgot to fill that part in.
Oh.
Which path on?
We
on the
at
form?
the beginning we kind of guessed that C looked like
Yeah, we thought C was
C.
the
That's right.
longest
C.
one. That's on me.
And so we were right.
Yeah, we were right. Path C ended up being the longest one. So finally, let's make our own path that is equal to path C.
Okay, so we
Okay,
have
so
to make our own path that's
9 and 1/3
pencils.
pencils. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's do this. We have our tape right here.
Yep.
And let's get some tape out, and we'll make our own shape.
Okay. I might make mine up here.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
And it's gonna just be different than that, but the same length, right?
Yep, it's gonna be a different shape, but it'll be the same length. So let's see here. Perfect.
So 9 of them.
9. Yep.
1,
2, 3.
I'm gonna make mine 3 high.
Perfect. Good job. Sweet. If you need any help, let me know.
Okay.
We'll be walking around.
4,
5. Okay.
5. So I have 5, now I need 4 more.
4 more. Yep. Oh, interesting. Going that way. Cool.
So 4, 5,
6.
and I'm gonna go up this way now.
Okay. Cool.
6, 7,
8. Let's see.
9,
9. Awesome.
and we just needed a third,
A
right?
third. Yep. So. Perfect. Wow, that one's really good. Awesome. It kind of, when I see it, it kind of reminds me of this one a little bit, just wider,
Yeah.
Um,
It's spread out because it's the
spread out
same
'cause
length,
it's the same length, yeah.
but different shape.
Yep, same length but different
yeah, it
shape.
looks like a M,
Yeah.
smaller M, bigger M.
Yeah, exactly. Good job, guys. So let's, we already recorded the length of each path on our worksheet. And great job. So after students participated in the measuring activity lesson, you guys independently created a path that is equal to path C as observed by the teacher. Thanks for being great students today.
Thank you, Mr. Malloy.
Yeah.